G'day and welcome to Dream Design Do TV with Zaki Ameer. I'm your host, Peter Montgomery from the petermontgomeryshow.com. Once a week, we ask Zaki Ameer a question about property investing. Now, Zaki has done the amazing thing of creating a $3 million property portfolio in the short space of 3 years with only 15 properties. But the amazing thing is he did this with a low startup capital. So, Zaki, welcome to the call.
Good day, Peter. Good to speak to you.
Now, Zaki, this week I want to ask you, if I had a deposit ready to go, should I use that deposit to buy a home for myself, or should I use that to invest? Like, what would be your suggestion?
Yeah, that's a great question, Peter. Obviously, the answer I'm going to give is a general answer. It might not apply to everyone, depending on my client's specific financial situation and goals. But on a high-level view, as a general answer, let's say, for example, you had a deposit of, say, $100,000, whether it's savings or your family has given it to you or it's a gift, and you were choosing whether I should buy my own house or invest. I guess the first question to ask is, with that $100,000, are you going to be buying a house to live in, or are you actually buying your dream house you would love to live in? Now, if you can find that with that $100,000 or whatever the amount is, that you can buy your dream house, then the situation is different. But if you're just buying a house that it is a house you can live in, and at the same time maybe you could actually just rent it, then the answer I'm going to come forward with is going to differ. So the reasons I would advise generally to clients to buy your investment property first instead of purchasing your own home is because the first one is that when you buy an investment property, you're using pre-tax dollars, as opposed to when you buy your own home, it's, let's just say, quote unquote, it's post-tax dollars. Because it's your own home, you cannot make any deductions or claims against your own property, in generally to say. So that's one benefit, is that you're using it pre-tax dollars. For example, in the income you earn or in the business you run, the money can be claimed to have tax benefits or have a tax refund back to you. That's the first reason. The second reason is when you invest in a property, then you get other tax advantages or tax bonuses, such as depreciation, any expenses related to holding that investment property, and all of that can be claimed for as long as you are paying tax, and this is the assumption that you are paying tax, as a tax benefit and as a tax credit. Now, in my view, I would use any of that tax refunds or tax credits and put that in a separate account for your dream house that you're going to purchase in the future. The third reason is, for example, using some of my strategies, which also includes positive cash flow properties, which we touched earlier on in another interview. Those are properties that will make you income on a month-to-month basis. Now, since this is additional income, let's just say on top of your job or your business, I would then separate that additional income and put that also towards your savings account for buying your dream house. So now you have some savings coming in from a tax back, and then you have savings coming from some of the positive cash flow investments, and then that can accumulate over time to build up your deposit for your dream house. Now, the most important thing is, let's just say with $100,000, depending on your situation and the way we structure the strategy on a case-by-case basis for clients, we could end up purchasing, for example, 10 properties over the next, say, 3 years, maybe worth around $2 million. Now, it's a fair assumption to say in Australia, in good areas, properties double every 10 years. So let's just say we make an assumption that we use your $100,000 and we go about and you buy 10 properties worth $2 million. In 10 years, we can say, okay, the assumption is the properties are going to be worth $4 million because it's double in value. Now you have that $2 million equity that you can use towards purchasing that dream house. I mean, we can sell down some of your investments, or we can redraw on the equity, and we can take that equity and use that as the deposit for your dream house. But that's a $2 million equity. I mean, there's a lot of factors in play. These are just general answers, but I'm trying to give you a theme here. So then, to summarize, by buying your investment property, we're using pre-tax dollars, so you get all these tax benefits such as depreciation, etc. You can use that as a separate kitty bag to use towards your dream house investment. Then you have positive cash flow properties that bring in cash. You can use that towards the deposit of your dream house. Plus, because you've accumulated a portfolio of investments, you can also use that equity to buy your dream house over a period of time. So in my opinion, renting your house at the moment is not really dead money, because a lot of people say renting is dead money. In my view, renting is only dead money if you're not investing effectively. So if you're investing and you're continuing to rent, well, I consider that to be okay. And the other part, to summarize, Peter, is that if you go and get a pre-approval for your property to buy your own home, the bank might, for example, give you an approval for $500,000, because they know that you have to support that mortgage with your own money. However, let's just assume you use that same equity and go and get an approval for your investment property. The bank might, let's just say, for example, give you an approval for, say, $800,000, because they know that it's not only your money that's covering the mortgage, it's actually the rental income. And using the strategy I use, we can continue to continue to invest and build a large portfolio that grows over time, and then eventually you can buy your dream house if you choose to do so. And that's my answer to that.
Excellent, Zaki. Thanks so much, mate. I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Peter.